You know why we're here. We're here to make money. Cold hard cash. Hi guys, and welcome back to Cryptochesterg. I'm here today to give you a nice little crypto show. We're going to be going through Bitcoin here on the short-term time frame, the mid-term time frame, the long-term time frame, a bit of the macro here, and then we're going to be cutting up some altcoins in terms of potential trades we can look at for today. That's going to be using the market cipher and also some very, very key indicators as well. We're also going to be looking at some very interesting on-chain stuff for Bitcoin towards halfway through the stream, and then from there we're going to be looking at the halving and how long it's going to take, how long we've got until the Bitcoin halving, and what we can sort of expect up until that point as well. So if you are new to the stream, guys, I do stream every single day, Monday to Friday. If you like the content, smash a like on it. You know the drill. But without further ado, let's get straight, deep, down and dirty into the Bitcoin charts on the short-term time frame to start this off today on this fine Monday morning. And yeah, hope you're all well wherever you are watching in the world, whatever time it may be. So starting off with Bitcoin here on the short-term time frame here, guys. You can see that my chart's an absolute mess. So just bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to get rid of a few things. Here we go. Get rid of that as well. Okay, so yeah, the first thing I wanted to talk about was the volume weighted moving average Fibonacci waves. Okay, and you can see this is volume weighted moving average Fibonacci wave that is heavily respected in terms of support. And even when we do fall down inside of this wave, you can see the levels are very, very highly respected in terms of the waves of the move of Bitcoin, right? So why am I talking about this now? Okay, the reason is because we haven't been near this for a considerable amount of time, right? We haven't been near this for a considerable amount of time, but recently over the last like 3, 4, 5, 6 days or so, we have come down back into this very, very key Fibonacci area, okay? Now, this is the very important point. We just had an hourly candle body close above the main Fibonacci wave. When you're in a micro uptrend, guys, usually that does mean we are going to see some more upside. We're going to see some more upside here for Bitcoin. And you can see the last time that we did have that candle body close, we did see a nice little wave to the upside of around 1.5, sorry, 1.4% to the upside. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. If we do see a nice little wave here, we have tested to the lower side. We have we near enough got that hammer stick bullish candle as well. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for a nice wave up here at the start of the week on this fine Monday. You got more or less a double bottom coming through from here. So the actual point for that to end that sort of chart pattern there would be up around $70,000 as well. And in terms of a percentage move for that, we're probably looking at around a 3% move to the upside there. And mind you guys, that's the first thing that we're looking at. Okay, that's the first thing. I've not really looked at that much stuff today on the charts. Just waking up over here in Thailand, so we are going to be picking apart what sort of bias we can be looking at for Bitcoin today. So the first thing that we can see here for the Fibonacci is that we are actually bullish. Okay, so that's one bullish one bullish line on the tick sheet. We've obviously got a lot of bullish divergence coming through from yesterday as well, guys. That's a very big bullish sign as well, and that's probably why we did see this nice little move to the upside here as well. Again, we've got that double bottom chart pattern as well, which obviously is a micro chart pattern, and the end point for that is 70,000. So that's another bullish sign that we're going to be heading up here. I would be looking for this area as a very key big level of support, which we're currently just testing. And if we are basing momentum off this level of support here, guys, you can see momentum is usually 2% there again. Because he didn't get anything here. We actually lost that level of support and found resistance. We got support here. The support was found. Again, another 2%. So if we're going back on base data, we're looking at 2%, 2%, 2%. So maybe we could see a nice little 2% move to the upside here, and that would bring us back up to 68.8 on the short side before we hit up to that $70,000 target that we were just talking about there. So there's a few things lining up here that is saying that we're going to be heading up, which is really quite interesting. Let's grab some more indicators and let's see what else we can get from this. Let's talk volume weighted ATR bands. Oh, what do you know? We've tested the volume weighted ATR band on the 5-minute in sort of a not a negative stance, but a horizontal stance, you could say. So it is a bullish sign, because when it is horizontal, we do actually find that nice level of support here. The one bullish thing that I would say is that 5-minute did come into that progressive stance, and it was really quite nice. We didn't quite tap that test there, so that's an inclination that we are going to head up to this level. Now, with the 15-minute and the 5-minute pretty colluded in one sort of spot here. This is the volume weighted average true range, guys. Very important stuff here. If these are coming down in a negative stance like we are seeing now, we did flip back negative, unfortunately. This is actually going to be acting as a very strong area of resistance, okay? So the resistance we can expect for that is 69.1, 69.2. And guys, remember, this is the 15-minute and the 5-minute. So these are going to be updating pretty much every 15 minutes and every 5 minutes in terms of the direction that they're going to be going. In reference to the direction of Bitcoin, okay? So if we are going to see us have a really nice steep rise for Bitcoin here, we're likely to see these guys turn to the upside. When they turn to the upside, you can see we actually start to run alongside with them, okay? We like to run up with them. So that's going to be a very bullish sign if that does happen. If that doesn't happen, guys, and it's just like a micro uptrend here and we slam down a bit, these volume weighted ATR bands, they're going to be like a bit jaggedy, but they're still going to be in this negative stance, okay? They're still going to be in the negative downward stance. And if that is going to happen, we can expect heavy resistance like we have seen here, throwing us right back down. So that's definitely something to really be looking out for there as well. Let's look at the bigger volume weighted ATR bands we've got here. You can see when we do find that support and all of them collide together, you can see that we do see a really heavy level of support here coming through, and you can see that we've got the 15-minute and the 60-minute there. So if we do see a dump for Bitcoin, which is absolutely fine, guys, it's the start of the week. If we're going to have a bullish week, I mean, we had a bearish week last week. If we're talking weekly candle bodies, it was a bearish candle body close. So we will be getting into that on the macro very shortly. Just realized I didn't put music on for myself or for you guys. Just bear with me 1 second and let me get that sorted. But yeah, let me know where you're from in the chat, guys, and where you're watching from, and if you're enjoying the stream, or what do you think is going to be happening with Bitcoin. Yeah, let me know. I'm intrigued, because it's obviously the start of the week. The charts look different compared to last week. We did have that bearish candle body close, and is the music on? There she is. Oh, that's loud. There she is, ready to go. So looking at the chat, we got Chris coming through saying, yo, Chester. We got Zykor saying hello. We got Dave P saying hello, everyone. And we got Slothbag. Slothbag, it's been a minute, brother. It's been a long time. But nice to see you back on the stream for this juicy bull market. We're streaming Monday to Friday every single day now. So yeah, make sure you tune back in. It's nice to have you back here. Chris is here in the US. Amazing stuff. Yep, Chris, hopefully the copy trader stuff's going well. Good stuff, man. Not sure about BTC at the moment, to be honest. Yeah, it's a bit shaky, right? Obviously, we hit all-time highs like last week, and it's like, it's going to be happening now. We're going to be slamming it right back down to 60K. Who knows? No, we will get some data, and we will see what we can kind of grasp from all the indicators and stuff that I use here. But yeah, just going to cover the short-term time frame to start off with, okay? So yeah, volume weighted ATR bands. If we do come down here, guys, the point that I want to be looking out for here is going to be this zone, okay? And you can see these are going to be not less reactive, but they're less reactive to this current price. So Before we were talking about the 5-minute and the 15-minute, they're going to be flying around, right? They're going to be flying around like crazy. But right now, for the stance of the 60-minute and the 15-minute, we're actually in this this horizontal stance. And these, when we're in the horizontal stance, we tend to usually get more support than we do if we are in like the digressionary stance, okay? Like you see here, digressionary stance, the support is not that great, okay? But when we see that horizontalness come through, it's likely that we're going to find support there. Well, there's more chance, right? So if we are looking for a potential bounce point from that, talking momentum, guys, you can see we just found around 6% there. And that seems to be growing, okay? It seems to be growing. We've got 2.34% there, 6% there. So maybe we come down to here and we have a nice, probably a 3% bounce or something like that, right? If that is going to happen, let's talk trend lines, let's talk chart patterns, and let's see what we can gauge from this and see if we can get some sort of direction. Just looking at the charts off the bat here, guys, going to get rid of this. It's been there. Oh, no, shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that. Just get rid of these manually. This little bullish pennant chart pattern playing out for us there. Good stuff. What I would say here, guys, is all-time highs there for Bitcoin. Going to be coming down, drawing a trend line like so. And we could be doing something along the lines of this. Falling wedge chart pattern. Falling wedges, they tend to usually break to the upside. That is what we have seen here. We've seen a measure move completion here, and that is an inclination that we are going to be coming down, okay? So once you've seen the measure move completed, you see, oh no, not quite completed, nearly there, but you tend to usually see a bit more of a reversal in the trend there. So there is actually an inclination to complete this measure move. As I said, 1 out of 3 times this happens, guys, so just be aware. And it's a great example as well, because if you are blindly getting into these positions just from a chart pattern and you take profits up here and your stop loss is down here or something like that, you've got to stagger those TPs, guys. You've got to stagger those TPs all the way up. 25% equity out at every single take profit. Once you hit your first take profit, you take your stop loss and move your stop loss to your entry point. And that way, for example, like right now, if we do get a wave down, and sometimes these waves down can be brutal because it's crypto, what's happened here? You've hit 1 take profit, you've hit 2 take profits, you've taken 50% of your equity out of your position. Oh no, you've been stopped out. But you've been stopped out at your entry price, okay? So you've already made money, okay? So technically a losing trade, but technically a winning trade. Yeah, 50% you've made profit on 50% of your equity there. And the real main point of this, guys, is to get into your position, right? You get into that trade, you hit your first take profit, stop loss to entry, and then you can let it run. You can be like, whatever, I don't really give. I don't care now, because now it's a risk-free trade. You're sat there risk-free. You've already made money. And that's what we like here. A nice risk-free position to start the week. That's what we're going to be looking for very, very shortly, okay? So yeah, Bitcoin right now, that's what we have seen in terms of measure move completion. Going to be getting rid of that chart pattern now because that has played out. Actually, I'm going to keep that trend line because that's going to be valid. But what I am going to be doing instead, guys, I'm going to be doing a trend line probably from this low to this point here. And then this is going to be like a break point that we can be looking out for there. If we are going to be doing a Control-C, Control-V here, you can see we do have a lovely little channel here. Not the nicest thing in the world, but still a channel nonetheless. And this is an upward sloping parallel channel. Upward sloping parallel channels, guys, they tend to usually break to the downside, okay? So the downside move that we could potentially expect for Bitcoin here, if we do break this channel, it's going to be worth around 2.47%. Now, with that being said, we need to be looking at levels, okay? So let's bring back up the Fibonacci, and let's look at these levels that we could be basically using as a reference here. So you can see the level 66,600. There is a very strong level of support coming through from there. And also coming down at these just these general Fibonacci levels as well, guys. If you did want to download this indicator, it's absolutely free. Let me just see if I can get the name for you. If you just put in VMMA FBV2, it should come up. It should come up, but sometimes it doesn't. It's a bit annoying because sometimes the names are different to the creators' namings on there. It's a bit annoying. Thanks for the fair desk trades, my boy. I appreciate you. No worries, man. No worries. But we had a really good week last week, actually. Did kill it. I mean, I will just flash over to Fairdesk quickly because I think I was looking at the Telegram, right, and a few of you were basically saying that not that you didn't understand it, but it was like you're under the impression that you would copy my trades and you'd get a trade alert and then you would have to execute the trade yourself. That's not what copy trading is. Essentially, what copy trading is, you press copy with say $1,000, and then any trade that I take, Fairdesk will automatically place that trade with your balance. Automatically, you don't have to do anything. So I could get into 10 trades, and I'm essentially trading your funds with your permission through Fairdesk. So it's like, if I make a trade, I make money. You don't need to do anything. You make money, basically. It's a win-win. But vice versa, if I lose, you lose. It's the same sort of thing, right? If we're looking at stats, over the last 30 days, we've done $2,500. Pretty good stuff. Copiers have done over $1,000. I know MG Motorsport has done $1,000 on his own. Pretty good stuff. And now he's going to the MotoGP in Australia. Pretty cool. I've earned him that ticket. Pretty happy with that. But yeah, overall, we are looking pretty good here on Copy Trader. We are doing a challenge, $4,000 to $100,000. And currently up around 3,800. You can see the chart looking pretty good here. Picking those positions very safely. And yeah, it's a progressive chart. So yeah, if you guys are interested in this, go jump to the link in the description. And yeah, you can just copy my trades there. Pretty simple stuff. And again, guys, this stream is sponsored by BingX. Sponsored by BingX, a new exchange that I've partnered up with. They've got loads of bonuses. They've got a really nice UI as well. I really would recommend that exchange, and I might be starting some copy trading on there very shortly. Going to be checking out the platform from a copy trading standpoint today, because you know with Fairdesk I can't trade normally with the staggering the take profits. There's a whole thing that they've got going on there, so I have to trade a whole different strategy that I've got. So I just want to make sure that I can do all that stuff with BingX. But yeah, link is in the description, guys. Loads and loads of bonuses there. They've set up a bonus structure basically specifically for my community. So yeah, you can go and take advantage of that. Really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on to I mean, right now if we're looking at this point for Bitcoin, the move to the upside, again, it is stating that we're likely to come up to 69. I'd say 69.1, guys, because obviously we've got all-time highs, previous all-time highs for Bitcoin. We've got the moving average, the volume weighted ATR bands coming down quite aggressively. We're still going to be inside this channel here. We're looking pretty bullish overall. We're above the Fibonacci here. We're in a micro uptrend. Trend is your friend. It's looking like a nice move up around 1.68%, I'd say, to 69.1. I'd say 69.1 and then a bit of resistance from that point. Just on the micro, right? We're going to be going into the longer term time frame here for Bitcoin now, and seeing what we can chop up. I would like to just jump to some on-chain stuff. I think that'd be quite cool to start off. God, this music is filthy this morning. Damn. Just like, oh my god, damn, that's too much, man. I'm halfway through my green tea. Okay, right. Let's do some on-chain stuff, because we've discovered now that on the micro we're bullish. Okay, on the micro we're bullish. Nice little trend there. Let's just look at all these key on-chain things to start us off. So Bitcoin Exchange Reserve, let's look at what people are doing with their Bitcoin. They're actually moving off exchanges today, and this is a bullish sign for Bitcoin. So people are moving their Bitcoin from their exchanges back into their hard wallets, okay, their hardware wallets. So basically, it's harder for them to sell, which is a bullish sign for Bitcoin overall. Really good stuff. That's one thing. And you can see exchange whale ratio. This is how much Bitcoin is being held in exchanges by whales. This is dumped down considerably towards the end, since the end of last week. So yeah, this is another bullish sign as well, because the more they have on the exchanges, the more manipulated the price is going to be. And in an uptrend, usually the whales will manipulate it down to liquidate as many longs as possible, right? So yeah, just be aware of that. That's a bullish sign as well. Let's look at estimated leverage ratio. How many of you dirty degens are getting into your leverage positions? You can see this is actually taken a little downswing as well since the end of last week, which is again another bullish sign in terms of a manipulation standpoint. Looking pretty good. Funding rates, where are we at? So you're still going to get paid to hold your short positions, guys. So the sentiment is overall people are longing Bitcoin rather than shorting Bitcoin. So if you are going to be holding your shorts, you're going to be getting paid by the people in the longs every 8 hours. Good stuff. Open interest. Well, it's taken a bit of a downswing as well. So yeah, that is a bullish sign as well. So less manipulation will be on the cards for open interest. And let's have a look at the chat quickly. We've got Abhijit. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, my good sir. Hello everyone. Nice to see you on the stream. And we've got Xflays saying, love the content, bro, and consistency of your live streams. Picking up a lot of trades from you. Good stuff, man. That's why I'm here. Do appreciate you you stopping by and putting a comment in there. Really good stuff. Chester, you got any degen trades you got your eyes on? Not really right now. Not really right now. But at the end of the stream, we usually go through Market Cypher and a lot of altcoins. So we will be finding some trades today because I want to find some trades for Fairdesk. We did have a lot of Market Cypher trades ready to execute at the end of last week. I think we had like 6 or 7, but we didn't execute any of them because, as you know, at the end of last week, Bitcoin was just... the Bitcoin chart was just going crazy. No one knew which way it was going to go. So it was just far too volatile for me to be putting on these little short scalps, or short or long scalps for Bitcoin and other altcoins. I was just like, look, it's better to just stay away from it right now because it's just too volatile. So we are going to be looking at those Market Cypher positions today, which I'm intrigued. I haven't had a chance to look at them just yet, but very, very intrigued to get into that because some of them might still be valid, and if they are valid, we can actually be capitalizing on a few of those moves today, which is going to be really, really good stuff. LR says, Chester's a top-notch trader and human. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's look at the miner's reserve, guys. This is, I mean, a chart like this is bearish. It basically means how much the miners are selling their Bitcoin. I mean, can you blame them? All-time highs for Bitcoin. If you're a miner and you're mining Bitcoin at 30K, you're basically doubling your money. Like, you're going to start selling, right? It's kind of inevitable. It's going to happen. But what we are seeing here over the last day or so is actually a little spike in this chart to the upside. Very, very minor, guys. Talking really, really, really minor here, but still it is a bullish sign, a micro bullish sign here on the daily for the Bitcoin miner reserves, okay, and for Bitcoin just in general. But yeah, that's going to be it for the on-chain stuff. Let's jump to liquidation levels because you guys know that I love this. I dig this stuff. And liquidations levels today, we're currently looking at this heated area, which is unfortunately, guys, a bearish sign because there's really not that much going on in terms of liquidations right now, which I'm not surprised because we looked at open interest, we looked at leverage ratio, basically how many of you dirty degens are getting into your leverage 100x longs right now, and that's actually coming down. Okay, so basically there's gonna be less liquidations on the heat map. So what we are seeing in terms of the most liquidations for Binance right now is 66,254. So if we flash to the chart and we look at 66,254, 66,254. I mean, it is quite a strong level of support. If you can see this wick here around this area, we've got a nice little level of support there. So maybe we wick down. Maybe we wick down for now, and we see a retest. And if that is going to happen, guys, then there will be a nice little short position to be playing out here on the short-term time frame. So it's not all bad news. It's not all bad news. I do think we're still going to be bullish overall this week. I think we are going to see a nice bit of bullish momentum. Just out of personal preference. Not looking at data just yet on the macro, but we will. Hold tight, we will. But yeah, if we are going to see a nice little move down for a liquidation on the heat map, we're going to be looking at a nice little trade to the downside here for Bitcoin, okay? Crypto bubbles. Usually do this a bit later on in the show, but I'm going to be jumping through to it now. You can see WIF taking the lead. I'm guessing all-time highs. We will be looking at that chart very, very shortly there. But yeah, pretty good stuff. 28%, absolutely insane. Well done to everyone who's getting involved with that. One coin I have been watching recently is NEAR, up 16%, really good. We've got AVAX, Layer 1 blockchain, really, really good stuff. Solana, I think Solana's smashed through $200 over the last 12 hours. Amen to that. That's some good stuff. I love my Solana bag going up. Gotta love it. And a bit of Render as well. Render's doing really, really well. So, yeah, happy with this right now. Looks very, very, very bullish overall. Great stuff. Now, let's flash back to... Let's do the midterm for Bitcoin, because, yeah, I've kind of jumped the gun there. So, yeah, let's do the midterm here for Bitcoin. And this is obviously the rising wedge that we were all talking about. Every goddamn YouTuber was talking about for a long time. But now, what are we referencing, guys? What are we going to be referencing in terms of chart patterns here on the midterm time frame? The first thing off the bat, I want to talk about automatic Fibonacci retracement levels, guys. You can see that we do have Fibonacci from this swing low to this swing high, all-time high there for BTC, baby. Got to love to see it. Got to love to see it. You can see 0.236 is the area of support in terms of the Fibonacci retracement. Now, this is where it's very, very important that we either hold this level. I would love to see support on this level continuously. We have seen a bit of momentum from this area, and we were kind of on the ropes at around 64, 65. It was kind of like, oh, what's going to happen? Don't really know if Bitcoin's going to dump down to 50k or not. Like, who knows at that point. But yeah, we did actually see support forming. Really, really nice stuff. Got a bit of a little bit of a shakeout coming through in that area. A little bit of volume from 64 up to 66.5. That was just a crazy 16 hours or so. And yeah, from there, what I'm really looking out for here, guys, I was looking out for this 12-hour volume weighted ATR band. You know, I reference these guys a lot here on the macro time frames. And if we do see us dump down, there's going to be a lovely, juicy, I'm talking a 5% bounce from this area. And if that is going to line up perfectly with the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement, what I want to be looking out for there is momentum. So you can see right now, we've got a 5% momentum move from this Fibonacci, and you can see previous price action, we had a 8%, near enough an 8% move from the Fibonacci retracement as well. So what I'm talking about here, it's not an 8% move, it's not a 5% move. We're going to go safe as we can be. We're going to go 2.5% from the 12-hour and the Fibonacci here. So if we are going to be getting into a nice trade here, there's going to be a move. Obviously, we want the 12-hour Fibonacci to, the 12-hour volume-weighted average true range to line up here with the Fibonacci retracement. If that is going to happen, we're going to see a nice 2% move to the upside there. Definitely something to capitalize on. Basically, free money, right? Obviously, it's not financial advice and stuff, all that good stuff, guys. But definitely something that I personally am going to be looking out for there. Let's look at the volume visible profile range. I swear it used to be VPVR, and that was so much easier to say. And that was volume profile visible range, but then now they've changed it to VRVP. So visible range volume profile, I guess now. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, point of control here on this area. You can see the resistance and support that we do get from this area. A highly volatile area, basically where we are going to be holding out in terms of support and resistance here. And you can see that we do have multiple levels of resistance, multiple levels of support from this zone. Now, this is interesting because we're currently testing this area, okay? If we lose it, confirmation we're coming down, amazing stuff. Sell your house, sell your dog, sure, Bitcoin. I'm joking, don't do that. But yeah, if we do lose that, then we will be seeing a nice move to the downside, which is absolutely fine for Bitcoin. But we do need to take into consideration, guys, that from the all-time high to where we are currently now, we are in this micro downtrend. And if we are going to be setting lows here, the narrative and the sentiment for Bitcoin for the start of the week will flip bearish, okay? Not good. Not good to start the week in a bearish sort of sentiment, okay? So yeah, definitely something to really be looking out for there. Don't really want that to happen. But hey, we've got moves all the way down, guys. Even if we start crashing down to 50, 60K, we're going to be longing all of these perfect bounce points. Like, there's just so many nice bounce points to be referencing here. And I will go into that very, very shortly on the macro time frame for Bitcoin, because I want to look at some potential moves there. LR's already shorting. Love to see it. Good stuff. Okay, and Slothbag saying, I'm not a meme coin guy, but COQ in you makes me laugh. Next time it drops, I'll throw 100 to gamble with. COQ in you. Maybe I'll have a look at that chart if we can bring it up on TradingView. Right, let's carry on for Bitcoin here on the macro time frame. What are we looking at for? I mean, still the micro, but directional movement index. Where are we at with that? We have had a bearish crossover. Yes, bearish crossover to the upside, but the ADX here was all the way down at around 14. So the ADX, guys, that determines how strong the trend is going to be. And the key levels to be looking out for that. Definitely on the wrong chart again, because it hasn't got my levels marked in. No, I'm not. I'm on the right chart. Weird. Okay. But yeah, the ADX key levels to be looking out for there, guys, is going to be 20. And it is going to be 25. Okay, excuse the not being on point with the numbers there. But when the ADX is lower than these levels, it basically and you get a crossover, it basically shows that your trend isn't going to be that strong. Okay, so what we're looking for now is the ADX well above 30. Very nice, very, very sexy here. Now the next thing that we're hopefully going to see is a lovely bullish crossover. We see that bullish crossover with the ADX nice and high. Hell yeah, we're going to see some a really, really nice uptrend there for Bitcoin here on the 4-hour. It's the other word for a rooster, you know. I got you, man. I got you. I spelt it out, and then I realized, I was like, oh, lucky I spelled that out. Good stuff. But yeah, so that's what I would say about the directional movement index today, guys. Definitely something to be looking out for there over the next sort of probably 4 to 16 hours or so. Yeah, That's what I would say, because we don't know what's going to be happening with Bitcoin. If the price does come down, please expect the ADX to come down as well. But the key thing we're looking out for there is that crossover and the ADX being nice and high, okay? Really, really good stuff. Nothing really too much happening on the RSI. Nothing really too much happening. Nothing is happening too much here on the RSI for the 4 hour. We are in that central point here. So we are probably looking for a little bit more sideways momentum or upwards momentum to hit to that central zone. And then it's kind of, there's no real bias. There's no real divergence here. We do have divergence coming through here on the short-term time frame. I'm going to draw all over the charts. Yeah, a couple on the short-term time frame that we can be using for reference here. But on the midterm, nothing too crazy just yet. So I'm going to be moving to the macro time frame here now, guys. And then we're going to be doing some altcoin requests once I'm done with Bitcoin. And then we're going to be finding some trades here for the day that we're going to be executing over on Copy Trader. Okay, so let's close these indicators for a second. I mean, just quickly. Money flow is looking great for Bitcoin right now. Looking really, really good. Really, really good. We've had that crossover. We've had that confirmation. And you can see it's actually really, really pushing to the upside here. Really, really nice stuff. This is what we don't like. We don't like this choppy dirtiness. We like the nice, smooth money flow. So this is a bullish sign for Bitcoin. Now we are in this sort of expansive zone here for the money flow. You can see when this does happen, we do see a nice bit of a price action here for Bitcoin. Like you see here, expansive zone coming through. Price action for Bitcoin. Expansive zone coming through. Price action for Bitcoin to the upside. Okay, so maybe, highly likely that we do see this have continuation to the upside if we are just referencing the money flow here. Now let's I feel like I should clear some of this noise off. It's very busy, right? It's very busy. Let's get rid of some boxes. Let's get rid of some price ranges. Let's get rid of moving averages. Let's get rid of not that. We want to keep that one. Let's get rid of that. I can always bring it all back. Yeah, so what we're referencing here, guys, is this upward sloping parallel channel here for Bitcoin. We have broke this to the upside. So it's not really that valid right now, but it is still a trend line that we can be using as a point of reference. That trend line, let me just reiterate, guys, is in line with the 12-hour volume-weighted ATR band again. Now, what we were talking about a minute ago, we were talking about the Fibonacci level and the 12-hour volume-weighted ATR band lining up to this 65.6. If we're referencing 65.6 on the macro, where does that leave us? 65.6. It leaves us around here on this trend line, okay? So maybe we see, oh, this is the weekly chart. Damn it, I thought this is the daily. Okay, it's what it is. Maybe we see a nice touch to the lower side here. And it probably will be a lot sooner than that. Okay, it will be a lot sooner than that if we do see a dump to the downside here, around 64,500. If we don't see this trend line get tested, then it's going to take probably 2 weeks here to test that level. So ignore what I was saying there. It's pretty invalid. I was trying to get them to line up, but clearly they're not going to do that with that trend line. So hey-ho, it is what it is. When you try and see a confluence coming through with everything in the same position, then yeah, you got to explore it, okay? But hey-ho, didn't plan out, is what it is. But yeah, if we are looking for the 12-hour and this trend line now, it looks a lot different on the daily, then the reference point for that for a level of support to be lining that up is going to be here around 63.3. So massive longs from that position if we're going to be getting there. And we're not just going to be blindly long in it, guys. We're going to be looking for retests. We're going to be looking for the shorter term time frame, sort of the volume and how volatile it's going to be. There's a lot of different factors there. So if we do lose the 12-hour, which it is possible because we have already seen this test come through, we can be referencing the daily volume weighted ATR band, guys. This bad boy is literally free money. It's literally free money. No exaggeration, guys. Let me show you. I know I show you this, guys, quite a lot. But I just want to show you how valid this actually is on the first test. Okay, on the first test after we've broken it. So let me just get rid of all this TA for a second and let's just look at this. Okay, so what we're referencing here, guys, is this little pinkish red sort of line there, and you can see volume weighted ATR band on the daily. So if you just follow that line there, you can see, for a point of reference, when we break it with a lot of momentum to the upside, what happens? We see retest, it smashes it up. We see a retest, it smashes it up. We see another retest, smashes it up. Okay, so that's 3 retests. Now, we're breaking it with a lot of momentum. We haven't tested it just yet, so there's no move of momentum to the upside. So basically, it's usually the first move And these are not small moves, guys. I know this is going to pollute the chart again, but these are not small moves. They're like 10% moves to the upside, bouncing off that volume-weighted ATR band on the daily. Now let's jump back in history and let's get more data, because the more data is better, right? You're breaking this with a lot of momentum to the upside. What do you know? First test on that volume-weighted ATR band again. Bang. Look at that. 7% to the upside. Obviously, we're not going to catch the whole move there. We're going to catch half of it if we're being realistic. Probably 3.5% to the upside there. So still free money, okay? So that first test is the key point that we're really, really looking out for there. Let's get rid of that again, and let's get more data. Just want to show you guys how valid this this strategy is. And I know it's not like it's not very frequent, if you will. It's not very frequent, so the moves can be, you have to wait quite a long time for these sometimes, but when you do get them, it's really, really, really clean, okay? So you can see we're breaking this to the upside, not that much momentum, so we do tinker along it here, but what we are looking for, and what we have seen previously, is bullish momentum, like really, really strong price action to the upside, which we did get here. First test, you can see, really, really strong, around 8%. If you want to continue, 20%, but no, we're going to go for the 8%, probably capitalize around 4% on that. Really, really, really nice stuff. Let's get more data, guys, because the more data is the best data. You can see here, coming down from previous bull market here, you can see breaking this to the upside, tinkering along it, seeing that expansive zone between this area. Really, really nice stuff. First sort of retest, didn't quite tap it there. If you want to say second retest, first retest, whatever you like here, that is going to consist of a decent amount of profit, right? So you can see this. We've just flashed back like a couple years here, well, nearly 4 years. Yeah, nearly 4 years here, and you can see every single time that first test on this volume-weighted ATR band on the daily, after seeing that that initial bullish momentum coming up over it, you can see the bounces are really, 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 really strong. So what we're waiting for here is if Bitcoin does dump to the downside, we've got the volume-weighted ATR band tinkering up at around 59, 60K. We're basically ready to long that bad boy. And is this a blind long to the upside? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Amazing stuff. But yeah, great stuff. So yeah, you can see the data that we have on this. The last move that we did catch here on the channel was this move here, and this consisted of around 10%. Yeah, around 10-20%, right? I mean, it's 20, 21%, 22%, but who catches the whole move? It's very, very rare that anyone actually sells the top every single time. So and if you're always trying to sell the top, you're likely to lose, right? You're likely to lose. If you see you've made yourself a nice amount of money and you actually reflect and go, I am being greedy here, I'm closing it. I've done that on Copy Trader quite a lot here. Like, I'll be up a decent amount of money, I'll be like, no, I'm out. That's good, I'm done. Close the trade. And there's most of the time it will reverse anyway. So it's just banking that profit. Profit is profit at the end of the day. So yeah, good stuff. Now that is Bitcoin done on the macro time frames here, guys. So now I'm going to be looking at just quickly, money flow here on Bitcoin here is actually looking pretty bearish for the daily, right? That's pretty progressive. Interesting stuff. So yeah, that is bearish on the daily right now. Coming back to that central zone, I would expect a bit more of a move to the upside if we do see Bitcoin in this bearish stance. But yeah, this money flow is looking like it's forming a pretty strong downtrend coming out of Bitcoin there. So definitely something to really be looking out for there. Just seeing that makes me a bit uneasy about potential all-time highs here, and maybe a bearish crossover on the vortex indicator as well. Bearish to the upside, yeah, it is. It's going to be a bearish crossover. That is not great. That's not great. So short-term time frame, what have we established here, guys? We've established potentially a bit of bullish momentum, which we are currently seeing right now, and yeah, which we are currently seeing right now. Great stuff. So likely going to come up to 69.2. Have that resistance point, or maybe just below it at 68.9, which is absolutely fine. We can get there, and we can see a nice little move to the upside. I think I might be long on Copy Trader. Not sure. Can't really remember. Right now, I think I might have executed that this morning. But yeah, short-term time frame looking pretty bullish. Macro time frame, guys, we're actually looking fairly bearish right now. Looking at that money flow, looking at that vortex indicator crossover, which we are due here. So if we are going to be referencing this vortex indicator for a second, I just want to show you guys a bit of data on this. It's not that valid when it's all choppy, okay? Like, basically like the money flow. It's not that valid when it's all choppy. And you can see that sideways sideways sort of trend there. But what we are referencing here is the strong crossover. So that's a bullish crossover. You can see from that point, we've got that bullish crossover. Really, really nice uptrend coming through from there. And let's get a bit more data on that. You can see, oh, here we go. Still a little bit choppy. But again, we had, was it bullish crossover? No, it's a bearish crossover. And the bearish crossover was basically crossed right back over with that bullish crossover there. You can see bullish crossover, really, really nice, strong momentum to the upside, okay? So are these valid all the time? Not all the time, but it's nice to get a little bit of data here. Bearish crossover coming through from here. And this is when Bitcoin was at like 29, 30K. You can see very nice, long, consistent downtrend, ranging Bitcoin from 31,000 to 28,000 for that uncertain period of July to August. But yeah, just definitely a point of reference here, especially when we see a lot of after a massive move like here, a massive move to the upside. As you can see here, the next crossover can be pretty strong, okay, in terms of a move to the downside, okay. And for that point, it was just around 42,800 all the way down to 41,900, so around $1,000 there. Definitely something that we can be taking advantage of if we do see this crossover coming into fruition, okay. So yeah, you can see bearish crossover potentially coming through on the vortex indicator in a matter of days here, okay. Interesting stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be it for Bitcoin. Let's get into some altcoins and let's get into some potential trades that we can be looking out for the day, okay. Very interesting stuff. Just gonna have some green tea. But yeah, let me know what altcoin requests you've got in the chat, guys, and we will get to them as soon as physically possible. Nearly completely missed my mouth. Right, let's have a look at Bitcoin halving. You can see here, guys, how long till the halving? 32 days away. We're 32 days away until the Bitcoin halving, potentially occurring on the 19th of April, nearly 420. Yeah, nearly 420. Quite interesting. But yeah, currently 32 days away. Now, if we're looking at the stock and flow model from previous halving dates, you can see when we were around this sort of distance away, what happened. You can see previous halving, we had actually quite a big dump to the downside, right? That was I think that was Black Swan. Was it Black Swan? 20th of March? Yeah, I think it was Black Swan event, down to around 3K for BTC. And you can see previously around 30 days, we did actually see a nice spike in Bitcoin, and then a retracement through the halving just to settle the price, and then the momentum to the upside, okay? So basically what this chart is saying here, we could see sideways or downside from the reference point here. And it kind of does make sense, guys, at all-time highs for Bitcoin right now. Overextended here on the daily, on the weekly. We should have a correctionary phase coming through very soon, okay? I wouldn't be surprised at all. But yeah, definitely something to take into consideration. I don't see us, if we are going to see continuation here for Bitcoin, I don't think it's going to be as violent as what we have seen, because like this is pretty much, it's the wrong thing. This is pretty much institutions buying Bitcoin. Like these massive spikes, they're massive institutional buys here. So I wouldn't expect that to continue. I would expect what is likely to happen, probably a move to the downside to around 58, 63, these sorts of areas, and then a nice continuous trend up over the full halving period. And then basically like what gold did with gold ETFs, you can see if you go and look at the gold chart from that point, we basically just had a really smooth, gentle uptrend. And if that is going to happen here, amazing stuff for Bitcoin, okay? So amazing stuff for your altcoins as well, because it's going to actually stabilize the market, and we should see some really nice nice positions and price action there for Bitcoin, especially trading all these levels that we do love to trade on a daily basis, right? That's what I would say about the stock and flow model here for Bitcoin. But hey, if we do dump to the downside, we know we're coming into a nice big juicy, the biggest bull market in history here for crypto. So well, we're in a nice big bull market right now, but for the real spike of retail volume that we're actually all looking for our altcoins there to make the biggest gains, you can see that always comes probably a month or so after the halving, okay? So yeah, we can basically prepare for that. And you can see the stock and float 365-day, I guess it's an MA here, the target price for that. Every time we have seen this halving happen, we've hit this target. You can see we've hit this target. You can see we've hit this target. The target is now up around $442,000 for Bitcoin, okay? So you can imagine what your altcoins are going to be doing if you do hit that level. unbelievable stuff. Let's do some altcoins, then let's get onto Market Cipher, and let's dissect some positions we can be looking out for there for the day on Fairdesk. Okay, and we're going to be starting off with AVAX here for, excuse me, oh god, what a big yawn, for LR. Bit of AVAX that's not on the Fairdesk copy trader watch list, so you cannot trade that on copy trader, which is a bit annoying, but hey ho, we can use BingX instead. Gotta love BingX. What are we looking for here? That bounce point was perfect. I do say so myself. Now let's look at AVAX here on the daily. We're going to be starting off with some market structure. These Fibonacci's are pretty annoying. Going to get rid of them for now. Yeah, we're looking at highs here for AVAX, looking really, really bullish overall. We've seen massive, massive spikes recently. In terms of the macro uptrend, looking really, really strong stuff. Going to be moving the high point to here now. Really, really, really strong. In terms of Fibonacci retracements here. Sorry, this is pretty polluted. 1 second. There we go. In terms of Fibonacci retracements here on the macro, the key point to be looking out for there is the 0.236 on the 21 EMA as well. If we do see Bitcoin take a pullback here, and again referencing the money flow on the macro here for Bitcoin, it does look like money is flowing out of Bitcoin right now. So maybe it's flowing into your altcoins. Who knows? No, if Bitcoin is dumping, your altcoins are likely to pull back as well. So yeah, the key area for AVAX right now would be down at around the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement, around $49. But overall, guys, if you are looking at higher low, and if you're looking at higher lows and market structure here, this would be the most recent higher low that you have set to confirm that you are in this bullish trend, and that is currently at 48,555. Yeah, in Thailand that means it's like, it means like you're laughing, right? People put like 555 on text. So yeah, makes me laugh. 48,555 or 295 now. Now I've moved, it is an area for the market structure higher low to be looking out for there. If you do come down to this area, you're still bullish, don't sweat, but it is technically going to be quite a significant move. So if your coin here, AVAX, does dump 20%, you're still bullish, guys. Still a nice market, a macro market uptrend, looking really, really strong there. That would just be a pretty strong buy zone, in my opinion, for this asset. And you can see it does line up pretty strongly with the previous high there as well. So yeah, definitely a point to be looking out for there, for that previous high or low. But overall, guys, don't buy the top. You will probably get wrecked if Bitcoin dumps here. But overall, AVAX is looking really, really good. If you are looking for an entry point, a macro entry point to be holding this asset for a very, very long time, for AVAX, I would be looking at around $48.29 there. Great stuff. But yeah, overall, guys, looking really, really bullish. If we're looking for a next high, the next high for AVAX, I mean, I've got on my chart 65.9 here, so I do want to flash back in history and see why we've got that here. Oh no. Oh no. Are we crashing? Don't do this to me. Doesn't look like it. We're back. We're back, baby. Yeah, let's try again. Just referencing last week's stream when the internet cut out and the whole stream just crashed down. So yeah, hopefully that's not going to happen again. 65.92 there is an area of resistance. You can see we have tapped that previously in this retracement sort of area there, but you can see the support we get on that bad boy. So if AVAX is going to come up like we did see around this area 2022 in January, you can see that we did see a nice bit of consolidation here. So once we hit that zone and we find that support at that area, you can see the momentum that is currently present from this zone, guys. Very, very, very strong stuff here. Okay, so what I would be looking for is the confirmation to clear 65.9. Once you clear 65.9, then it's game over, really. It's game over. It will moon from there, in my opinion, and it will moon probably up to the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement around 78.9. But let's just reference a nice smooth uptrend right now. This is a parabolic, disgusting mess. So what I do want to see here, I mean, you've got a higher low here around this area. So yeah, it's not the end of the world. Probably going to come up, tap 66.5, come back down, tinker around 59 for a bit, and then come through and break that to the upside. That's sort of what I would expect here for this asset. Overall, AVAX looking very, very bullish overall. Healthy pullback, absolutely healthy pullback. I said we were going to look at whiff, right? Let's have a look at whiff. I'm intrigued. Dog whiff hat. Funny tea left, a little bit. Always goes cold at this time, though. Cold green tea, not great. All-time highs for WIF coming through at around $3.60. God damn, that's pretty impressive. For a meme coin, anyway. What have we seen recently? We've seen a nice healthy pullback. God damn, this is really nice. This is really nice. If you do see Bitcoin actually take a move up, I would expect WIF to come through and see all-time highs again, and that is going to be around a 20% move on your asset. This music is just terrible. Some drum and bass or something. Not drum and bass. I like drum and bass, but like it was just like some heavy dubstep. Like, it's like, bro, it's Monday morning. Give me a minute. God damn, I'm just waking up here. So yeah, a bit of WIF. One thing I would say here is an upward sloping parallel channel. They tend to usually break to the downside. If you do see this this scenario happening again, be worried, sell everything. I'm joking, don't do that. But what I would say here is there's a potential move to the downside if you're likely to see altcoins retrace. If Bitcoin is going to retrace because of the halving, absolutely fine. If that does do that, then please be aware that it's likely that WIF will do the same thing. And that is the move that we can be looking out for that. But overall, moving averages, the further apart you are, the more strong the trend. Really, really nice stuff. Overall, looking really, really good. And you can see a bullish hammer stick candle pattern there after a significant sell-off. So yeah, looking pretty good. If you are looking for that momentum to the upside, I would expect a potential bounce here on the 7 SMA, around $2.80 for that move up there. I see Zykor in the chat. Zykor? Yeah, Zykor in the chat saying, I unstake half of mine, hoping to see it soar after the unstaking period. Okay, interesting. Let's jump across to Atom and let's see what we can gauge from that. Is it a classic buy the rumors, sell the news scenario? So the news gets released and the chart just kind of nukes. It happens. It's happened many, many times. We saw an Ethereum update last week and the price just didn't do anything. And everyone was expecting a nice move to the upside. And it was like, okay, well, the news came out and nothing happened. It is what it is. So yeah, interesting stuff. Let's move on to Atom for Zykor and let's dissect this. Straight away, Fibonacci retracement, you can see from the high of Atom right now, up at around $14, looking pretty good overall from a charting perspective. Quite impressive, actually. Maybe double top scenario coming through. So that is a sign that you might have a dump down to around 11 there. And that's the double top scenario here, guys. Double tops, usually you're going to be potentially coming down to this sort of area here. If that is going to happen, be worried. I'm joking, don't be worried, it's absolutely fine. You're still in a really, really nice uptrend. If you are looking for market structure here, then let's dissect the market structure and what we're actually looking for. So that would actually be the most recent high low for this trend, because you can see we've come down, we've had a significant pullback, and then we've broken this high. Okay, really, really nice there. So this is going to be the market structure higher low. So even if you do come down to this area, you're likely to, well, you're still going to be in an uptrend, okay? Factually, you're still going to be in an uptrend. So yeah, it's definitely something to be okay with. But one thing I would be slightly concerned about is this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, because this is, mind you, we are on the 4 hour, so nothing too crazy here. But this is the area that you need to be cautious of, because if you do lose this, it is confirmation on the 4 hour that we're going to be seeing a new downtrend basically come through, okay? 4 hour downtrend, a micro downtrend, not a macro downtrend. So yeah, it's plenty of time there. And as you can see here, guys, when we do see a nice wick to the downside to this higher low, what happened? We saw that candle body close, just testing that 0.5 Fibonacci retracement there as well. So that's a very bullish sign. And from there, you can see the momentum is just ridiculous, right? Need I say any more? If you do get a candle body close around this 0.5 area, even after testing this this higher low, I would expect bullish momentum to be coming through for Atom. I am bullish on Atom overall. I think it is a great project. It's been around for a really, really long time. And if we are referencing all-time highs for Atom that we do have on the Bybit chart, we're still extremely underpriced. All-time high that we do have here is around $44, currently priced at around $12. So if you are looking to buy Atom at these levels, it's not a bad idea at all, because, you know, bull markets, for projects like this, we are going to see all-time highs. Okay, we will, and that's going to be like a 3x on your investment. Okay, it's basically free money if you're able to hodl it for 12 months. Okay, so yeah, not too bad overall for Atom. I would be looking for upwards momentum after a nice little downswing if we are going to see Bitcoin dump as well. But you can see when this does move to the upside, it moves very, very goddamn fast. But yeah, it might be a sell the news scenario, and then we do see a move to the upside after that. Right, okay, I'm going to be moving on to market cipher now, because I'm going to look at some market cipher positions that we were looking at last week and see if we can get any sort of gauge as to a position that we can be getting into here on on Copy Trader. Good stuff. And just to reiterate again, guys, this stream is sponsored by BingX. There is loads and loads of bonuses in the description. If you do want to go sign up to BingX, really, really good platform, really, really nice UI as well. And what I've noticed trading on BingX, I need to actually check out and do some research, but genuinely the fees, like they're a lot cheaper, even compared to Fairdesk, compared to Binance. Like, I need to look into it, but like using leverage on BingX, I'm like, well, I only pay like a couple bucks in fees. Like, okay, it kind of doesn't make sense how cheap it is. But yeah, I need to look into that, and I'll get some details for you guys there. Look at DXY, perhaps. Why not? Why not? I'm going to run through these market cipher positions, and then we'll do a couple more altcoins before we end the stream today. And we have got around 4 minutes left, so I'm just going to smash through these very, very quickly. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I will go into more detail on the market cipher later on this week because I'm talking to a friend of mine and we're actually recreating this this indicator, and we're adding in loads and loads of new stuff as well. So we're not going to be looking for, what, 6 confluences. We're going to be looking for 10 to 15 different confluences for a trade. So if you hit like 7 or 8 confluences out of the trade when you're trying to get into a position, it's basically going to be a God mode trade. That's what we're sort of trying to recreate there. For this indicator. So yeah, let's look at the positions from last week. APT, we were looking for a short, I guess. Yeah, we're looking for a short, and that did near enough play out. Let's have a look. Yep, what do you know? Really did play out really nicely off the 12-hour. Nice move to the downside. Didn't get involved with that, but hey, it just shows you main anchor, money flow, sub anchor, stochastic, VWAP, bearish signal, losing trend lines. It's everything's there, right? So it's really, really nice trade there. What are we looking for here? You can see Atom, bringing up Atom again. You can see that we do have smooth money flow to the downside here, okay? This is actually bullish, okay? This is bullish right now because the next time we see the momentum come to the downside, what we're going to get sub anchor. We've got main anchors here, really, really strong stuff. This would be a sub anchor, okay? This would be a sub anchor. So we can still be using this as a key reference point. So that is currently at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., on the 17th of Sunday. So let's have a little look. You can see, what do you know? Really, really nice stuff. Nice move to the upside from there. I mean, I probably wouldn't have entered that, you know. Oh no, I would have. Yeah, sorry, it's the wrong direction. I was thinking it was bearish, and it's not. It's a bullish signal. So yeah, the move to the upside was worth around 3%. Just to be safe there, would be around 1.5%, because we've got these moving averages coming down quite aggressively. Wouldn't be going to smash through all of these moving averages here, guys. Just going to try and test a couple of them for that move to the upside. But yeah, this is still a valid position in terms of money flow. It's still looking really, really, really strong here for Atom. So I'm going to be leaving this on the watch list today for Fairdesk Copy Trader. And what we're going to be looking out for there is going to be basically another sub anchor. I want to see a stronger sub anchor than this, maybe one like this, okay? And then once you see something like that, after seeing all these confluences with the stochastic, with the bearish signals, with the VWAP, then it's going to be looking like a really, really nice move to the upside here for Atom if we can get that. Chester, can you check out Block? Yes, I can check out Block. Nice to see you back on the stream there, Mikas, as well. Saw you making an appearance last week, but yeah, nice to see you back on the stream. But I will check out Block once I've checked out DXY. Just got to get through these market cipher trades. So yeah, we're going to leave Atom on the list today for Fairdesk. And for you guys that don't know how copy trading works on Fairdesk, you literally press copy and you automatically copy all my trades. It's not signals, it's nothing like that. You press copy, and if I place a trade, the platform will automatically place the trade with the amount that you've said as well. So yeah, it's very, very simple, very, very easy. If you want to go check that out, you can. And how are we doing over a 90-day period? We're up near enough $4,000, doing a $4,000 to $100,000 challenge here. Looking pretty good. Copiers have made over nearly $1,300. You can see really, really nice progressive chart to the upside for that. But yeah, let's carry on with, where were we? Market cipher. Yeah, so we still got main anchors here for Ethereum Classic, looking really, really strong, looking for that sub anchor, and then we're going to be looking for a nice long position to the upside. So we're going to be leaving that on the watch list, and you can see Ethereum money flow's got a bit too choppy for our liking, so we're going to be taking that off the watch list, off the flag list for now, because you can't have smooth money flow and a nice smooth position coming in, right? So yeah, not going to be messing with that. FTM. I mean, FTM, that right there, which we missed, unfortunately. Well, we haven't looked at the chart yet. That is a great entry, okay? From what we can see, we've got nice smooth money flow here. Really, really nice. You've got a main anchor. You've got a sub anchor. This is like the perfect sort of, and again, we haven't looked at the chart. We don't know if this played out. This is sort of the perfect scenario here for a main anchor and a sub anchor. There's no sort of noise in between. It's very like, this is the momentum. This is the momentum slowing down. The money flow is going to correct here. It looks great, okay? You've got stochastic as well. You've got, yeah, obviously played out absolutely perfectly. Really, 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 really nice. And then you get a nice bearish signal after that as well. And how much was that worth in terms of percentages? I mean, you could, I mean, it kind of all depends how fruity you're feeling on the day. But you know me, I like to be as safe as physically possible when trading. So I would probably just get out around 1.12%, just tapping a couple of those moving averages to the downside, just to be safe, right? Because if you're really banking on this whole, I think, EMA ribbon flip here, then it's quite unlikely that you're going to get it every single time. So just to bank it, you would have made around 1% there. I mean, you could say, I was greedy, I got in, I made around 4 No, it's very, very unlikely. If you're going to be managing your trades in a successful way, you want to be getting out as soon as you're in a significant amount of profit and not risking what you've already earned, right? Could be a stop loss to entry scenario, but we can't do that with staggering our TPs on fair desk, okay? So yeah, FTM, really, really nice clean position there for us. Money flow is still to the upside, so I'm not going to be looking for another trade on this because you can see that played out so well, and now we are actually below all major moving averages, so the confluences wouldn't fall into place. Litecoin quickly, let's see where we're at with Litecoin. Money flow, again, really, really strong to the downside. I would be looking for, because you can see we've got a main anchor. We're currently looking for a nice sub anchor coming through from here. So that's definitely something to be looking out for there for the day. So I'm going to be leaving that on the watch list as well. And guys, I'm going to be dissecting these positions throughout the day over on Telegram. So if you want to join the family, the CC gang, the link is in the description. And we've all been around there for around, he said 10 years then. Been around in the TG for how long? 2 years. Yeah, around nearly 2-3 years or something like that, right? Yeah, so nice tightly knitted community if that's what you're after. I am always watching you and Hammy. You guys are amazing. Appreciate it, man. Do appreciate it. Yeah, I've been at the charts for a hot minute. Yeah, do appreciate the support continuously. Mask is actually up 15% today. Pretty crazy. Money flow was great for us. This is the sub anchor you would be looking for there. Sub anchor, stochastic crossover to the upside as well. Looking really, really strong stuff. And this is quite an interesting example, right? Interesting example, because you can see this is clearly the point that we would have entered that position. And if we'd have just gone, yeah, we're going to stay in and go through all the major movement, we would have got absolutely wrecked, right? So it's nice to see that risk management playing out to a T here, 2.36% to the upside there if you were to get involved with that. That's off the cards today. Let's look at Sui, if that's how you say it. This is on the watch list from last week. 3 years on Telegram. Nice. Good to see. Momentum to the upside is very, very strong, but you can see money flow is a bit too choppy for our liking, so we're removing that today. Uniswap's really looking good, actually. Really, really good. We want a nice bit of money flow to the downside. Momentum here. We've got main anchors. We need sub anchor. So you can see we're going to have a nice potential long here for Uniswap today. VeChain, same scenario here. Got that momentum. No sub anchor just yet. Going to be keeping that on the list. And again, I mean, this would be your sub anchor for XRP. I mean, the crossover is a bit too high for a confluence there, so I wouldn't be taking that as an entry. We want to see our crossovers down here, right? We want to see nice low crossovers to instigate that bullish momentum. When you're seeing it in that central zone, you can't really be using that as a valid piece of data here, okay? So yeah, XRP still valid, still good. Just need a bit of downwards momentum here, and then we can see a nice sub anchor get set. Get set, ready, go. YFI, where are we at with YFI? Money flow, not too bad. A little bit choppy here. But yeah, I've already got what 6 positions waiting on for the market cipher, so I'm not going to be greedy and not going to go for YFI. So I'm going to be taking that off just because it doesn't look too clean. I think I'm like kind of reaching for a trade there. So yeah, going to be getting off the watch list. Let's move on to a couple of requests, and then we're going to be calling it a day. Don't want to strain my voice to start the week. DXY for LR. Let's have a little look. DXY. Nope. Not having none of it. Sorry, LR, not good. And what have we got next? We've got block there for... oh, yeah, just come through. After block, can you do Pepe? You rock, Chester. Appreciate it, man. I do appreciate the Canadian dollars, right? $2.79. Yeah, I do appreciate it. It's like buying me a beer in the pub, right? So, yeah, respect. Block. Let's have a little look at block, and then we'll do Pepe for you. What exchange to do? Usually do BitGet, but it doesn't seem to be on BitGet. No, sorry, Bybit. It's the dollar. Yeah, I thought so. We'll do KuCoin. We'll do KuCoin to start us off. I mean, block overall looking really, really good. Seeing highs coming through. Not 3 cents, but still looking really... I mean, a lot of altcoin charts are looking quite the same, right? This is up 2.79% for the day. Overall looking good, and we have tapped that 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. So I would expect at least a move to the upside now, up to around 2.815, and that is going to be the Fibonacci at 0.382. You can see the 7 SMA coming down with quite a lot of aggression here on the daily as well. Overall, the last 2 days, it has actually seen a nice bit of recovery here. Let's jump down to the micro and see what we're actually looking at for the day. Again, 0.5 Fibonacci retracement is going to be an area for support that we are looking to hold there. And an area that I would hopefully like to be getting over here is this 55 EMA. 55 EMA that we are talking about is going to be priced at around 279. So yeah, that's going to be definitely a resistance point to be looking out for there. In terms of micro downtrends, you are still in a micro downtrend. Maybe bull flag scenario. Let's draw this in quickly. Yeah, so I'd say bull flag scenario, and bull flags, they tend to usually break to the upside. So the move that I would be expecting here for Blocktopia is going to be something along the lines of this. If you see that bullish momentum, it is going to be worth around 18% there. Great stuff. Yes, there's going to be problems along the way. There's going to be very, very key areas to be watching out for there. And if you are looking, well, the ideal entry for this position, let's break this down a little bit more. Let's look at candle body closes here on the 4 hour. And yeah, candle body closes on the 4 hour. And MA's looking pretty good if we can clear them. It does look like we're going to have a bit of a gap here. So what I'm talking about here, guys, is you can see from here to here, there's like not that many candle body closes at all. So let's get that nice and tight. Yeah, so not that many candle body closes here at all. So that basically means that this is a free fall or free climb zone. So you can see when we do, we're in this zone, we chop it around a lot, which is great for a position. So what I would be looking for here is a candle body close inside of this zone around 2846. And then our first TP is going to simply be just up here, because every time that we do see us move inside this box, we see us literally tap this top side every single time. So yeah, I would expect this to play out really nicely, and it is still worth around 2.61%. So yeah, that would be the first TP. In terms of stop loss, I'd probably have my stop loss below all major moving averages, below the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement as well. The 7 SMA, definitely a point to be referencing here on the 4 hour. So yeah, stop loss probably way off down here, and then a nice move to the upside, probably looking something along, would be along the lines of this. But what I would say here is first TP up at around here. Once you get your first TP, stop loss to entry, right in that wave up. In terms of other TPs that we can be looking for here, I would be banging that in for sure. I'd be banging that in for sure. And what was that? Was that 2, 3? That'd definitely be 1. Maybe there instead. I mean, it's a bit too close to that one. So yeah, just for simplicity's sake, gonna bang that in there, and then all the way to the top side, whatever equity we do have left in would look something along the lines of that. Okay, so yeah, that's the sort of position I would be looking out for. There is a 3-to-1 in terms of a risk-reward ratio trade. So yeah, not too bad overall there for Blocktopia. Definitely something to really be looking out for there over the next sort of day or so if we are going to see this bullish momentum continue. And just to reiterate again, guys, this is a falling parallel channel. It is a bull flag at the top of this uptrend. They tend to usually mean that we're going to break to the upside again. And if that is going to happen, please be aware there is trap zones along the way. Trap zones are wicks out of this chart pattern, and then it just throws you right back down into the dirty depths of the sea. So if you are going to be getting in, make sure you're getting out. Make sure you're taking profit and moving your stop loss to your entry point, because if you don't do that at the first TP, which I must say has lined up perfectly with the first take profit. The first take profit has lined up perfectly with this trap zone that I just drew in there. And if you don't take profit there and move your stop loss to your entry, what's happened previously? absolutely wrecked. Okay, so what's likely to happen is absolutely wrecked. We don't want to do that. We want to be taking profit, stop loss to entry. It's the safest way to trade. Once you're in a position and you've already taken your profit, or taken 25% of your equity out in profit, you take your stop loss, move it to your entry, and that way you're in a risk-free trade. You can sit back and go, yeah, whatever, already made money, no problem. So yeah, that's the sort of stance that you want to be taking there. Risk-free positions are the best positions to be in, of course. Similarly, why someone would adjust the margin when they are up in a trade. I mean, adjusting the margin when you're down in a trade to up your liquidation levels would make sense, but I guess it'd just be like, say, kind of like DCAing, but the other way. If you're longing or you're shorting and you want to add to your position because you have the confidence that your position is going to either go higher or continue more than you thought that it would. So this, for example, right? Let's break this down. So if we're long right now and we're seeing, say, we hit first take profit and we don't get rejected like we thought we would, and we're coming down and we're ranging in this area for a considerable amount of time, and then we see a nice point of support get formed around here from after closing this trap zone, and it's been, say, a day or so or a very long time that we've been in the position, then it's quite likely that you're going to go, okay, well, there's a lot more chance now, I'm getting more confluences that we're going to have more continuation to the upside. So that's when I would be potentially adding margin to that position. I'm not the biggest adding margin guy, but I'm more of a, like I favor like the trailing take profits and stuff like that. That's how I more like to trade. And it's a bit choppy in terms of exchanges calculations. I think sometimes there's a little bit of a fugaziness going on when you're adding margin with leverage and stuff like that with some of these exchanges, and they've got like hidden stuff going on. So yeah, I'm not really a fan of that. But from a spot perspective, it's basically just like DCAing, right? Yeah, to make the position bigger essentially. If you've got more confidence in the trade or the position that you're currently in, that's what I would say. So yeah, it's kind of like if I've got like 4 or 5 confluences through a strategy that I'm trading, and then I'm in the trade and it's looking great, and then I get like 6, 7 more confluences. I'm like, whoa, okay, this is great. All my indicators are saying that we're going to go up. I'm going to buy some more, like, of course. Yeah, Pepe now for Mika's Adventures. And then, guys, we're going to be calling it a day. But I will be back tomorrow, every single day, Monday to Friday. So if you are liking the stream, make sure you hit the like button, hit the like on your way out, and I'll see you all tomorrow for a lovely crypto show, breaking down Bitcoin, breaking down altcoins. And if you are looking for a good exchange, guys, BingX is the sponsor of this stream. Really, really nice set of bonuses coming through for, and you can see here, we didn't actually see that explosion to the upside. It's absolutely fine, guys. Pepe is actually down considerably from the high there. But yeah, if you are looking for an exchange, BingX is the one there. If you are looking to copy trade my trades here, you can see we're doing a trading challenge, $4,000 to $100,000. Over the last 90 days, we're up around 4 Gs. So yeah, near enough. We're at 7,800, that sort of level for the account. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. And don't be fooled here, guys. If you press copy, you don't have to execute anything. I basically trade, and the platform does it for you. So if you put in $100 and I go, I want a long Bitcoin, your account will automatically long Bitcoin. If I close the trade in profit, you close the trade in profit. It's all automatic. You don't have to do anything. Okay, that was a misconception I didn't carry across over the last few weeks, okay, with copy trading. But yeah, overall we're doing pretty good here. You can see the chart of my trades. Pretty happy with that stuff coming through. Do you know if it would work, change your entry or anything? It would give you an average entry for upping your margin. Basically give you an average entry of where you got in, and then it'll work out your profit from that. So like, I'm not the biggest mathematician in the world for working that all out, but the exchanges have formulas and stuff for that, and you basically just get an average entry of where you actually got into that position, and it does your profit from that average entry of the position, right? Yeah, let's jump back to Pepe, and let's dissect this bad boy. You can see really nice run for Pepe. Last time I checked the market cap for this, it was at 3.5 billion. Not sure where it is at now, but what we are currently looking at right now is a bit of a retracement, guide. So if we're looking at market structure for this asset right now, it's obviously very, very bullish, looking really, really good. But what I would say here is there's a little bit of downside. Okay, let me explain. So Market structure. Let's bang these in. There's higher lows. These are higher lows that I'm banging in. And the reason why I'm banging these in, guys, you can see retracement. We break this high, confirm the higher low. Retracement. We break this high, confirms the higher low. Retracement. We break the high. It confirms the higher low. So the bullish market structure point currently for this asset is literally right here, around 755. Okay, we have tested that to the downside with quite a lot of certainty, which is quite scary here. And this is absolutely fine, guys. It's a meme coin. It's a meme coin. These are the most volatile assets because when the community starts to sell, the FUD starts to come in, everyone starts to panic. We're going to zero. It's one of those things. So in terms of like testing market structure, higher lows, this can happen very, very easily. It's not a problem. But the main thing that I can see here is that we've come back and we're actually testing that for a level of support again. I would like to see momentum here. If we don't see bullish momentum here and we don't break the 21 EMA or the 55 EMA to the upside here, and you can see every time we have tested these before, we have seen nice momentum to the upside. If we don't do that, then be prepared, be scared, be prepared, be scared for a dirty downtrend, okay? A dirty micro downtrend. It won't be crazy, but I would see a nice correction in the price for this asset. And sometimes if we do test and we do see higher lows be formed like so, sometimes you can get more valid higher lows from bigger corrections, which is absolutely fine as well. But what I would say here is the point to really be looking out for there is to stay above and find support on this zone at 7555. If you don't do that, I would expect lower prices again, testing the 0.382. And if that is going to happen, guys, we can actually basically be looking for a micro downtrend of this asset and maybe even coming down to the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, because the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement here for any asset, okay, when we're pulling back, if we break this in terms of support, basically it means it's sort of the confirmation level that we're looking for a new trend, and that would basically mean a reversal from this downtrend, a reversal from this uptrend. So that might mean a micro downtrend to this higher low market structure point to around 50, but we are on the 4 hour, guys, so these are not small moves, they're 14% moves, okay? So definitely something to really be looking out for there. Do I think Pepe's going to do this? Nope, absolutely not. No, I do not. I think Pepe's going to explode in the coming months or so, but maybe you might come down and test these areas once again just for that correctionary phase. And again, guys, it is a meme coin. All it takes is a bit of FUD in the Telegram and it all goes down, right? Obviously Pepe's a lot stronger than that, but in terms of other levels to really be looking out for there for support, maybe you've got one at around 6.4. You can see momentum from this zone is pretty good. 50% there, you've got a 22% there as well, so yeah, not too bad overall for Pepe. But if you are going to see a bit of downside, I would expect a nice bounce at around this zone. But yeah, overall I would expect a bounce to the upside from this point, right? It's just the momentum here to the order of 50% there. You're not quite seeing anywhere near what you would expect here for this momentum zone. And after testing that higher low and the Fibonacci 0.382 crashing through the 0.236, overall it does look bearish here on the micro. But again, if Bitcoin smashes back up to all-time highs, you're in the gold, you're in the money, because meme coins are following after that. But what I would say here is if that doesn't happen and Bitcoin is going to go sideways, I would expect probably a correctionary phase for Pepe to come down and test these levels around 6.4, 6.55. And again, after that, you see the 200 EMA coming up as well. Likelihood of me bouncing off that is very goddamn likely, okay? And this is what I'd like to reiterate again, guys. When you're seeing an uptrend like this, with these MAs coming through, this is the small MA. They basically get bigger as they go up here. The larger these are apart, the more bullish the asset actually is. I should probably been doing it like that. The more bullish the asset actually is. So when you see these tests, when you do see the retracement come through, you can see to start off with, we're testing the 21, which is the yellow one, right? We're testing the 21 EMA as we're progressing up here, and then when we lose the 21, we test the 55. We see a nice bounce off the 55. I'm seeing a nice pump for Pepe right now. And when we lose the 55, what do you know? What happens? We test the 200 and we see a nice bounce on the 200 for our first move. So if that is going to happen, I would expect that to happen around this sort of area for around 15%. Okay, and that basically means we need to wait for this to come up here to around this area. So we're looking at around the 20th of March later on in the week here, if that is going to play out quite nicely to our favor. Okay, so that's what I would say about Pepe. But yeah, that's going to be it from me, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow morning with, well, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're watching in the world. I will be back tomorrow and every single day this week. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned. Notification bell on so you never miss my trades. Not never miss my trades. Never miss my my live streams or my uploads. But yeah, for now, it's gonna be peace out and bye from me, Crypto Chester. See you tomorrow. Completely forgotten how to end the stream.